Hi ladies, I'm back today with a different type of video. I'm going to be showing you some of my silicone work that I've been doing. So right now you're looking at a head, and this is the Ashley sculpt by Boz Babies, one of the wonderful artists that I obtained my molds from. And she came out pretty good. She has a little bubble here under the bottom of her ear, and then this one had a bigger bubble in her ear, but I'm going to repair that. And soon I will be pouring some of her to sell. She is a partial silicone baby, which means she has a silicone head and silicone limbs and soft body. This one I will not be selling because I always keep my first pours. But let me show you one of her boo-boos. Can you see there? It's pretty prominent when I put it under light. Her silicone is a different color here, and that is a boo-boo that I did, but thank goodness it is like pretty much under her chin, so you're not going to notice it that much after I paint her. And she is a good size newborn. So anyway, that happens when this is the first time that I poured her, so I did not calculate how much silicone I would need correctly. And so I had a little bit less silicone than I needed. So that's what happens. You go ahead and make another batch, but when you're putting the tint in the batches, I had a little problem. I ended up putting too much blue in this one on the bottom, so I had to correct that and put more flesh color in it. And as you can see, it makes the flesh slightly darker there, and it's going to have a line, but since she's going to be my own personal baby, it's going to be okay. And I am thankful it was underneath her chin, so it's not going to be as noticeable when you're looking at her straight on. But there she is. She's a really pretty sculpt, and she's sleeping, as you can see. She has a little tongue out, but she's a pretty sculpt. Very pretty, serene looking sculpt. So that I've just got her head done so far, and I'm going to be pouring her limbs in the next couple of days, and then I guess painting her up. And like I said, in the next couple months, I will be offering her for sale, one like her, but I'm not necessarily taking custom orders. I don't usually do that. So what I'll be doing for sale, I will pour another one of her and then paint it up, and then I will put her up for sale. So just want to show you her. I'm going to move her head. And some of the neat things I was going to tell you is, something new that I was going to tell you that I've been doing is I did get a hold of a mold that is originally meant to pour porcelain dolls, but I have poured silicone into it, and it came out very good as a success, and I will be purchasing more porcelain molds and pouring them to make silicone dolls. So this is the her sculpt is named Tiny, and she is by Diana Effner. Diana Effner. And look how beautiful the mold came out, no bubbles. The only little problem I had was on her cheeks here. I put a little bit too much mold release, and it made it kind of like a little indentation on her cheeks, which is hard to see. And then she actually has molded hair, if you can see that. And she's going to be a 9-inch partial silicone baby. And there is a very slight seam line there, which I can get rid of that by doing a little sanding on her. So I want to show you her. Here I did get her head, and here's her limbs. She's a beautiful little baby. And see, look how good her limbs came out. No bubbles at all. And I think with the porcelain molds, they're heavier. They're made of obviously heavier material. So I'm thinking that pushes the bubbles out better than the glove molds. So here's her other leg, and she's got chubby little legs there. And here's her arms. And like I said, that was a part where the mold release was a little bit too much. So sometimes the mold release is not enough, and then sometimes you can go overboard like I did with it. But it really does not affect it too much. So there she is. And like I said, she is the Tiny Sculpt by Diana Effner. And I will be putting some of her for sale later on this year. And let me show you this. I have to put this by the light. So I'm just showing you what I've been doing with my silicone stuff lately. I obtained this mold in a trade from my very talented friend who's a sculptor named Jillian Jones. She's on Facebook. And you can buy some of her silicone babies. It is a unicorn mold. Oh, like you can see her. That's her head right here. This is outside the mold. And I've got hair and junk all over. That's what happens with the molds and the actual silicone babies. They get stuff stuck. This is part of the mold, actually. It's just pieces of silicone. But here is her face. You see her eyes and her nose right there and her lips. And I'm going to turn her around on the inside, and there's her horn on top. This is a two-part mold. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. I'm going to open the mold like I did before so you can see inside. You can see her face. Maybe not. I'm trying to show you. Might be too close. I think it's too bright. There we go. See, that's the inside of the mold so you can see her face better. Her eyes, she's got very big almond-shaped eyes and open eyes she will have, and her nose and her lips. She's got full lips there, and there's her horn. And here is her body. The second mold, and she has little hooves. And her one arm lays against her chest like that, and her other arm. And she does not have a tail. So that is another mold I got. And I think you remember when I poured the fawn baby, she is made by the same artist that did the fawn baby, so her body is similar to the fawn. So I just want to show you what I've been working on. And I have two other things to show you. I have two silicone heads that I would be willing to sell. They're very boo-boo, which means they have a lot of mistakes and stuff in them, but they are nice, still nice for someone that doesn't have a silicone. You could have them painted. So there's this head. This is by Irie Gallery, the sculpt, and I don't know the sculpt name, but I know it's by Irie Gallery. The boo-boo with this one is you can see there's another pore line because of the color was a little bit off in the two pores that made this head. She's very, very soft, and the cool thing about this head is it's like a little bird. It already has an open mouth where you can put a partial passy in there. This is a micro preemie. I think it makes about a 15-inch baby. You're going to have to put a cuddle body on there. Sleeping. And see, the head's a little misshapen, but if you put root hair or have a hat on it, you would never know the difference. So I'll be selling this head for $25. So just let me know if you're interested, make a comment, and I'll get with you about shipping and stuff. And if it's one of you ladies that's interested that does my doll clothes sales, I could put it in with the clothes, so that will save you shipping. This is another head. It's a sculpt, a mold that I have. It's similar. It's by the same artist of the head I just showed you that I had poured. But anyway, I altered it and tried to make elf ears, which I didn't do a great job on it, but I tried. So, and she's got the little tongue in the mouth. This is by Bai's Baby. So anyway, this one is going to be also $25. Is a much bigger head than the other one I showed you. This is a true newborn size head, sleeping baby. So if you're interested in this, it's blank also. I turned it into little elf ears. Let me know. I can practice painting on it or whatever you'd like to do. There's two last ones I showed you, the boo-boo heads. They are blank and they are for sale. So just comment if you're interested in those. Because I'm just trying to get rid of some of my extra stuff that I don't need. Inventory. So there's the little girl that I'm going to paint. She is not for sale right now. She's going to be mine. Anyway, I just want to show you what I've been working on. And I am still working on sculpting. I'm going to be getting back to that tonight. And sculpting, hopefully sculpting my own full-size silicone baby. I have to make the sculpture first and then pour the mold and all of that. So once I start that, I will show you more. But right now, I'm just showing you this pretty little girl, the Ashley Sculpt by Bye's Babies. And I will be back soon. Stay safe and stay blessed. Feel free to comment if you're interested in any of those 2 blank heads I showed you a few minutes ago. And I will get with you if you'd like to purchase those. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will be back soon to talk more about babies and what's going on. See you soon.